Over the past few years, Lanzarote has become more and more important as a destination for the Olympic sailing community. Lying on the same latitude as the Sahara Desert, the Canary Islands have a warm climate all year round, and the sailing conditions are among the most reliable you will find anywhere. With so many sailors choosing to base themselves in Lanzarote over the European winter, the organisers at Marina Rubicón have become increasingly committed to hosting major events as well as regular training camps. Following closely on the IQ Foil World Championship a few weeks earlier, the next big event was the 49er and 49erFX World Championships. With 126 teams from 36 nations, this is the biggest event of the season in the build-up to the Olympic Regatta at Paris 2024 later this summer. There's an awful lot riding on the event for everyone involved, which is why Marina Rubicón has assembled the best of the best to run the regatta on and off the water. The 49er and 49erFX World Championships started with 3 days of qualifying, when the men's and women's fleets were split into blue and yellow groups. Early leaders in the women's FX racing were Chinese team Zhao Yuhu and Mengwan Shan, who enjoyed the shifting northerly breezes gusting off the Lanzarote coast. In the men, Andrew Mulleris and Ian McDermott made the early running, the Americans topping the leaderboard just ahead of reigning world champions Bart Lambrieks and Floris van der Werken from the Netherlands. Day 2 of qualifying saw the French teams in dominant form. In yellow group, Julien Dutoli and Noé Delpech enjoyed an almost perfect day with scores of 2, 1 and 1 to move up to 5th overall in the standings. Meanwhile in blue group, Erwin Fischer and Clément Piquin put in a strong performance to score 3-1-3 and move to the top of the leaderboard on equal points with the Dutch world champions. By the end of qualifying, Fischer and Clément have moved to the top of the leaderboard and were looking stronger by the day. In the women, the ever-consistent Adele van Aanholt and Annette Doets from the Netherlands moved into the lead on day 2, but by the end of a mammoth 4-race outing on the third and final day of qualifying, they'd been overtaken by reigning world champions from Sweden, Vilma Bobeck and Rebecca Netzler. For others less fortunate, the end of qualifying spelt the end of their Olympic campaign. It was a day of mixed emotions with tears of joy and tears of regret. Quietly working away towards a finish on the 49er podium were the Spanish team of Diego Botin and Florian Trittel.
Lanzarote has been our home during the whole winter for us, and then obviously being able to celebrate the World Championships in the 49er and the FX class here in Playa Blanca in Marina Rubicón has been for us one of the greatest news. No, it's the best training and sailing location for Olympic classes in winter, I would say, in Europe at least. And yeah, for us it's a true honor and a true privilege to be able to train here, but not only train here but also compete here in what we call home waters for us now. Being at home in our country obviously makes things more easy. Being here with our team, with Flo, with Alvaro, spending time in a place that we like, that we can do also cross sports and everything is amazing. We are super lucky to be able to spend time here and train and do what we do.
Day 4 of the Worlds was the first day of Gold Fleet racing, when the top 25 teams go head-to-head for 3 intense races. There were so many dimensions to the racecourse. Big wind shifts, gusts and lulls all played out on a 3-dimensional playing field of rolling Atlantic swell. It was a day that demanded patience, tactical courage and quick thinking. Time for the Brazilians Martin Grael and Cayena Kunz to remind us why they are the double Olympic champions. The Brazilian team were the only 49er FX crew to keep all their scores in the top 10. This moves Brazil up to third overall, just 1 point behind Sweden, who struggled in the shifty stuff and gave up the top of the leaderboard to their Dutch rivals. However, the Dutch didn't fare so well in the men's 49er. Bart Lambrieks and Floris van der Werken's hope for a fourth consecutive world title took a severe dent as the usually invincible team struggled in the wildly variable conditions. The level-headed French duo Erwin Fischer and Clément Pékin continued to move ahead in the men's rankings. Day 5 was windier, and this played even more into the hands of the French, as their port-tack start approach launched them to finishes of 3, 2 and 3, a level of consistency that none of their rivals could match. They would go into the final day with a massive 30-point advantage over their nearest rivals, the Dutch. In the 49er FX, the tall Swedes, Vilma Bobek and Rebecca Netzler, turned on an extra notch of speed that no one could match. 2 wins from 2. But then, in the third race, while lying in second on the first downwind leg, disaster for Sweden as Netzler is swept out the back of the boat by a rogue wave and has to swim back more than 100 meters to catch up the capsized boat. Van Aanholt and Duits put in another solid day and carried a 25-point advantage into the final day. However, a poor final Goldfleet race, where the Dutch finished an uncharacteristic 17th, left the door open for the Swedes to go on the attack in the medal race. No such mistake by the unstoppable French in the men's 49er. Fischer and Pékin started a little slowly, but gradually wound up the machine to full pace and worked their way through the fleet to take the winner's gun, and with it, the world title with a medal race to spare.
Well, we can't believe it actually currently, but no, we are so proud about how we sailed this week. Just amazing. I can't believe, I guess, that we are world champion. We will see maybe next week or maybe this time, but yeah, just unbelievable. It's a beautiful achievement, so yeah, very happy about that.
The French had won across a variety of conditions in an event expertly hosted by Marina Rubicón.
For Marina Rubicón, the Royal Canary Sailing Federation and the dinghy coach, it's an honor to be part of the sailor's dream to be in the Olympic Games. We started to do regattas 4 years ago, and in this time we had made a team of almost 100 people, very young, very professional and highly motivated. Now our focus is to have this excellent result in this 49er and 49erFX World Championships.
Here in Marina Rubicón, what we do is that we are welcoming sailors. We try to make sure they have a good experience. We manage the base, we manage all the land activity, and we also coordinate a few trainings on the water. We provide coaching services, boat rentals, and any kind of advice that the sailors may need to have a good time in Lanzarote.
In the afternoon 49er FX medal race, Van Aanholt and Duits took the upper hand over their Swedish training partners, and the Dutch duo swept across the finish line to claim back the world title they last held in Canada 2 years earlier.
Oh yeah, it's really amazing. I'm really proud of how we sailed this week, and yeah. We had a lot of tension. We could barely eat, so we looking forward to relax a little bit, and just super proud that we managed to do it under so much pressure. And yeah, we had a great week, and our coach also was such a big help, and there were so many happy people at the boat park on the island. So we just feel a big love from Lanzarote and a big love from the 49er class. So shout out to everyone watching, and we are just grateful, and we will enjoy this moment.
While Vilma Bobek and Rebecca Netzler hadn't been able to hold on to their world crown, the Swedes sailed a supreme week to claim silver. Italy's Jana Germani and Giorgia Bertuzzi took the bronze ahead of reigning Olympic champions Martina Grell and Cayena Kunz from Brazil. With the 49er world title claimed by France earlier in the day, attention in the men's medal race turned to a three-way battle for silver between the Netherlands, Great Britain and Spain. Already disappointed to have lost the chance to claim a fourth consecutive world title, Lambrechts and Van der Werken made a determined start to the race, and the Dutch seized control of the silver medal all the way to the finish. Spain's Diego Botin and Florian Trittel did enough to win bronze ahead of the surprise package of the regatta, Britain's James Grummett and Ross Hawes, who finished a very impressive fourth overall. Marina Rubicon's Rafa Lasso was proud to have hosted such a dramatic and high-quality competition.
Well, for Lanzarote, is very important for the island itself because it put us on the map for many people, many countries. We have this year 54 countries training with us the whole winter, so it's important to highlight our island, our condition. The wind has been superb in terms of wind and waves and light and sun, so send out that image. The real Lanzarote is important. And also it's important internally to promote the sport and to open the island to the sea, because we see that all those countries, all this championship coming here means that we have the best conditions in this time of the year, and we have to put that thing on value also with the local people and the Canary Islands, Spain and Europe.
Not long after getting ashore from the medal races, the top three teams celebrated their success on the podium. The 49er and 49erFX World Championships have been a spectacular week of competition, staged in a variety of wind strengths and sea states, a true all-round test of Olympic skiff sailing. Congratulations to the men's and women's medalists who left Marina Rubicón and Lanzarote with memories to last a lifetime.